IX API update, so this is going to be a quick one. What is IX API? Well, that's, for those who don't know that yet, that's an effort that we started in 2018 together with DE-CIX and Lynx. And the idea is to provide an API for IXP operations. So the main ones were ordering, so ordering of services, provisioning, and metrics and statistics. It's important to actually make a distinction between IPA, I still have beer on my mind, API specification versus implementation. So first is the specification, that's what we work, that's the collaboration that we have with DE-CIX and Lynx. We're now at specification V2. V1 was very simple and basically only allowed you to order IXP or ISP peering, so just public peering services on an existing link. So it was really only useful for resellers. Features that we've added in V2 is better authentication or more standardized authentication, defined services like P2P virtual connect, which is what we call private interconnect. Then E3 is defined, which we on our current platform cannot provide yet. And there's MP to MP, which is basically what we currently call closed user group. And in a way, I would say exchange service or a peering service is a special case of MP to MP. Another feature that has been added, and that's been mostly due to DE-CIX putting in a lot of effort, is to have Cloud VC, which allows you to order cloud connections over the IX API. Another thing that was added is physical port connection and cross-connect orders. That was thanks to our partner Interaction, who works a lot with this as well, because they want to use this internally for their services as well. And we had a whole bunch of API cleanups, because when we started, we were young and fresh and green and very innocent. So V2 is, I would say, pretty much complete, apart from a few cleanups. We're now talking about V3. So V2 was very much geared towards resellers and reseller partners that want to provide these services for their customers. And if you're a direct customer with us, it doesn't really add much for you, because how many orders are you going to put in a year? So most of the functionality, I think, that's going to be interesting for our direct customers is going to be in V3. Where we plan to add ways to query for statistics like throughput and flow, but maybe also a port connection status, like live connection statuses. And hopefully, we still need to figure out how we're going to do this, but something like real-time metrics. So things like your peer RTTs, prefix information from the root servers, and maybe even knowing what kind of load your peers have in order to do your peer selection. There's a lot of vagueness around that, but end of this month, we're going to have another get-together where we're going to hash out what we're going to put in V3, and hopefully we'll keep you updated on that. So that's the specification. Now it comes to implementation, which is where we are lagging a bit. We had a V1 implementation live that was late last year. That was still based on the legacy AMS-IX implementation, which is being phased out. So we started with V2. V2 went live in beginning of this year, actually. For now, you only get the exchange LAN, so the peering services can be ordered, but it's using the new service model, which is the idea of you have an access connection, and then on top of that you have VLAN services. The plan that we have now, the quickest, the nearest future, is to do integration with Salesforce. That's something that is very urgent, because right now, if an order would come in over the API, someone has to pick it up, manually enter it in Salesforce, and then kick off the provisioning. Far from ideal. So that's the next thing we're going to work on. Hopefully finish this by Q2. And Q2 is almost finished. But basically, we plan to finish this in Q3. Then I think the private interconnect is the next one to come, because that's something that some of our customers are interested in. And other services may follow if and when there is demand. I actually expect that we will be working on V3 features before adding all the services that we have, because I think there's a lot of value in that as well. So if you need more information, there is a website for IX API. There is also a redoc documentation site with lots of information. And you can always ask me for any questions. So that was it. Any questions?